It is Tuesday again. Hey,
Happy Tuesday.
happy Tuesday. How are you doing over there, darling?
I'm tired.
I'm a little tired too, but I'm excited to be here. Hold it. Let me one sec. Okay. Yes. I
I
say
think,
I'm not
we're
hearing things right, but I didn't have my stuff on.
similar to last week. We had the holiday and Jack's back to school today. So in theory, the last two Tuesdays have been Mondays, and that's why I think we're tired. We're
Well,
ready to rock.
also we just kicked off a big show in Wichita, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Man, that was so crazy. It was so good. It was so crazy. And we're starting a show for Lewisville. But tonight we're gonna give away some artwork. We're gonna play a game, and it's gonna be fun. And we're a little tired, but I don't know, it's a good kind of tired.
We've been doing things.
Yeah, been
We're
on the
busy
road, and
people.
we did a fantasy football draft. And that
Yeah.
take it out of you.
That took everything.
My goodness, yeah, that took way too much. But you know what? This week I'll actually remember to get it started. So let's get started, and when we come back, we're going to give away some artwork. And I really want to tell you guys about the shows that we have coming on because I just think they're really interesting, and I think you might think it's interesting too.
Mm.
But hopefully I'll click the right button. Let's see if we do.
Let's do this.
Well, I clicked the right button, so
Way to
that's a
go.
good start.
We've only been doing this for multiple years, but
Hey,
it is what it is.
It's a very slow learning curve on my end over here.
Well, the RV DJ has joined us and says hi, everyone.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Randy Ray's with us. Says what up? What up?
Hey, Randy.
Hey. Linda's
Man,
with
we haven't
us.
hung out in a while. When you
I
fix that?
know. I was telling him September's it, man, and then we're booked
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We just definitely hang out
for a little while.
Yeah.
So Linda's with us. She's waving hello. Steve is with us and says hi, guys.
Hey.
Ron Captain's joined us. Says hi, guys.
Hey, Ron.
Valerie says, hey, y'all. Charlene's with us, says hello to you both. And Barbara is with us and says, hey, guys. So happy to see your faces.
Hey, Barbara. Well,
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Ron's another guy we haven't hung out with in a whole long time.
I know.
Hopefully one of these days we'll
when he's driving those big RVs through town, we'll have to hang out.
Man.
So yeah, it was a busy week. It was a gallery install. Jack had his first week of school, which we were not here for half of.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah. Things are starting to ramp up again, and the art show. I want to mention this to you guys just because it's really different. I mean, in a way, and the art show that we're doing in Lewisville, it's one that we've never done anything like this before, and the one that we're doing in Wichita right now that's open. So if you're in Kansas, if you're near Wichita, please go by and check it out because the Envision Arts Gallery is just a really, really cool arts gallery that just, I mean, everyone there is just incredible. And I mean, and I'm not just saying that, they really, really are, and they're out there really helping the community and doing amazing things. But the show, though, it's a fully tactile show. And even though the way that I paint, I use, so if you've watched this before, which, we're all friends. So the way that I paint is tactile. It's through touch. I make the paints feel different, and I draw with paints that I can feel. It doesn't have to be real thick. It just has to feel different. But the way that I paint, though, I don't paint for other people to feel. It's just for me. So I'll use lines that I can touch and feel when I need them, and then I'll cover them up or get rid of them when I don't need them anymore. And that's great because that lets me paint. And my goal has always been to end up with a painting that you wouldn't be able to tell if a sighted person did it or a non-visual person did it. So the goal has never been really for people with visual impairments or anybody to be able to touch the painting and be able to navigate the painting. But this show in Wichita is a completely tactile show where there's you go there and there's QR codes where there's verbal description, which is amazing. But also, as you're doing the verbal description or without it, you can touch the paintings. Every one of them is something you can touch and understand the entire painting with it. And I've never done that before. And so I'm just super stoked. And at the opening, we had over 200 people come just for the opening night. The workshop was filled up instantly, there. So that was brilliant.
We're tacking more on. We're
yeah,
tacking
yeah, we're
more
thinking
on.
about adding more on just because we're going to be up there, at the end of it. And so if they want it to, then we'll definitely do it. And but it was just incredible because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they'll come, and sort of feeling. And there were so many incredible people. There was a Japanese lady that was there, and I'm saying a Japanese lady because she came in full like old style kimono, and she was blind, and she was an older lady, and blind, and just incredible. She was doing this origami, and she was telling me these stories while she was doing it at the art opening, and I was painting live, and she's telling me these amazing stories about how she worked hope, and all the different angles meant something, and while she's folding this paper right in front of me, and she made me a couple of those. It was just, and then whenever I lost my eyesight and was painting, like I'd already given talks at the Metropolitan in New York. I'd done like a panel discussion with the Guggenheim. I'd done lots and lots of gallery shows. And then I went applied for an MFA, like for school to get an MFA. And they saw my portfolio and they were like, yeah, come on in for sure. Then I got in and they didn't realize that I was blind. They were like, whoa, but this was like 20 years ago or 15 or 18 years ago, whatever it was, some years ago, many, many years. And they were like, oh my gosh, like, and they felt so awkward. You could tell that they were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We can't, how do we have a non-visual person in a visual arts program? It doesn't even make sense. And so they're really excited for me to be there until they met me.
Until they realized you were blind.
Yeah, until they realized I was blind.
Well,
but I just want to say this real quick, because if we stop here, it won't make any sense. But I got to meet a new artist who is visually impaired named Lily, and she's amazing, and she's actually in an arts program. And so it was just so cool being there because I met all these amazing people. And this is actually someone who's in school to be an artist who is visually impaired. And it's like, in this amount of time, so much has changed.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. I actually have pictures of everything you just talked about. So I'm excited to take people on a slideshow of our experience.
Thank you. And I'll get off my little soapbox. Sorry, I went on a little rant. No. I was just so excited because there was over 200 people that came to this opening for a show in Wichita, Kansas, that it was really special. It was really cool. And the show that we're putting together for Lewisville is something that we've never done before. It's there's going to be Instagrammable moments in it, but it's a retrospective. There's paintings that we're going to pull out that I haven't shown in 15 years that we've just had in storage, or 13 years, something like that.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, they're having
to be
restretch them because we had them rolled and just stored. Because for every show you do, you should keep some stuff and hold it back. So we're pulling this stuff out, and I hope people will come out to it because it's just a really personal show. But also, just like the other, we're doing workshops and we're doing everything. So it's a personal show, but it's sort of, whenever I started figuring out how to paint without sight, I didn't know of any other visually impaired painters. So everything I was developing for myself, and I started developing stuff for other people. So this is like a 20-year progression now of painting that we're going to tell in this show, where people can walk through and you can see 20 years. And I've done so many talks where I'll say, oh, if you could come to my studio, you would see this progression of me not being able to blend color, and me not knowing, how to do shadow, and not doing that. We're having an entire show of this stuff, of just the entire everything, plus new things. And anyway, sorry, I'm so excited.
Okay, let me go through some of the comments.
Tired.
Let me go through some of the comments.
Sorry, sweetheart.
No. The RBDJ, the RBDJ says, where are the other people? I don't see them. We actually stream via StreamYard to everywhere, Facebook and YouTube and all that fun stuff. So the majority of the comments come from Facebook, if anybody's not seeing the other comments. And then there's two Facebooks. There's John's personal and professional. So it goes everywhere, and people are coming in from all different directions.
Jackie's so amazing, though, because she's able to get all the comments from all that, and she listens to them.
Well, StreamYard is like a good program that you have told us about, so it's really nice.
But you know what? You're still brilliant.
I know. Tight though. Well, Russell has joined us and says, sup, yo.
Sup. Hey, Russell.
Christy's with us and says hello.
Christy, man. What about Deep Ellum? Isn't that crazy?
Oh, no, it's Christy Johnson.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Christy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're here too.
The other Christy, I think, is at a concert in like
What?
Alaska or something crazy. I don't know.
A
I want to hear
concert
about
in
it.
Alaska?
I don't know. So somewhere
Wow.
crazy. Owen says, hi, guys.
Hey, Owen.
And says, I got a question about Envisions. I've heard about it. Isn't that like a printing house for the blind?
You know, Envision does a ton of stuff, Owen. That's Owen, and if anybody doesn't know Owen, Owen's an incredible non-visual visual artist. That's a mouthful, but Owen does some really cool art. But Envision does so much, and the art gallery that I'm showing it in Kansas is Envision's art gallery, and Envision is one of their major sponsors. You know, and people from Envision go over there. They volunteer, they staff it, and Sarah over there is incredible, and Dell over there is amazing. And
yeah, they concentrate on employing the visually impaired, I believe. But
and they do a lot. So in Kansas, if you lose your eyesight, Envision's a big part. Also, Envision in Dallas, we've done work with, but I don't know all of what they do. So I think, you know, where I'm doing a talk and a live painting in October with oh gosh, what is the name? It's the Braille Press.
National Braille Institute.
Thank you, National Braille Institute. I'm so terrible with names because I want to call it the Braille Institute of National Press or something, and I'm horrible. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that with them, and I'll be doing a live painting where I'm gonna incorporate Braille. So that'll be fun.
Well, Brooke has joined us. Says hi.
Hey, Brooke.
Owen says, I know someone who I think still works there.
Ooh.
Cool. A lot of people work there. Brooke said, that's awesome. My mom joins us, says, hi, guys. Love you.
Hey, Marilyn.
Owen says, please come to Ohio.
Man,
that would be fun.
Man, Owen, that'd be so cool to get. I've been in Ohio before. That's been a while. It's been a minute, and I'd love to go back. And if I go, man, I would sure love to meet you in person.
Yes. Cleveland, Ohio has one of the coolest museums.
Ooh.
Like, technology-wise. Like, I wanted to study it for my grad degree, but that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, were you talking about that?
Laura
I'm just nerd enough to really want to go there.
Laura has joined us and says, hi guys, nice to be here with y'all tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Laura.
And Brooke says, I hope you two know how much I love you.
Oh, love you back, Brooke.
Valerie says, stay on that soapbox. Love the excitement hearing about your art experience. You're amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. And
he'll talk all night.
And congratulations, Brooke, to your new animals. I'm horrible on social media. I'll read things and I can't, and then it'll go away and I can't find it again. But every once in a while I can, but most of the time I can't. And I'll and you know my screen readers, it's different. I've noticed, like on my phone to the computer and then to my laptop. Like it's all a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay, let me go through these comments. We've got quite a few I've got to get through. Oh, Christy's with us. Okay. The RV DJ said, okay, thank you. Brooke said, I am brilliant. Thank you. Amy's with us. It says, hola, hey.
Well, hola.
And then Christy is here. Christy is here. I'm in London. It's 2 a.m. About to go to bed. Deep Ellum is so sad. Chat when I get home. I knew it was somewhere like way off and
London.
crazy.
Man.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what?
Almost sound like London.
No.
Texas.
It's 2 a.m. there, so it's very.
I know. It's so disappointing. And here in our great state of Texas, it's huge, and we have a million different towns, and a lot of them.
That's true.
There's
Paris,
Berlin, Texas, Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
There's London, Texas.
Well, Owen says, I know someone that works there, Kevin Burton. So, and then Roshana has joined us from Envision and says, thanks. I'm glad I made it for this. Thanks for tuning in. Man, it was great hanging with you this last weekend. That was
really
a blast.
Was, man. And you guys are so awesome. So brilliant.
So, and then my mom says Jackie was born in Ohio. I was. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Ohio.
And then Brooke says Kansas has done a lot in general. So yeah, then and her kitty cat is the best. She likes to. Christy was in London for the Foo Fighters concert. I knew it was some sort of concert that I was jealous about.
Man.
Yes. I hope it was a blast.
Okay,
so we were talking about this Envision show, and I uploaded. I have some photos because I wanted them to get an idea of like exactly what this was kind of about. So, do you want to like share the painting that you worked on there first, or do you want me to show the photos really fast?
You know what? Here, let me share the painting because while you talk, I'm gonna work on the painting.
Okay.
And then so Take it in now. So this is a painting that I worked on live, but I worked on it on the stream last week, guys. And didn't I?
You should make it big. Here, can I make it big?
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can move it around.
You should be able to hit the solo layout.
Okay, there we go. Bam! I'm learning this, people, on the fly.
Nice. So I'm working on this, and what you probably can't tell because this is just a 720 it's a webcam, but this is really chunky. It's a really chunky, which a highly textured painting, and it's abstract realism. So so if you're visually impaired, it's a lady. She's sitting on a fence, like a metal fence, and she's looking off into the distance. And there's a curved bridge back there, and there's a stream of water, and there's buildings, and then there's like the idea of trees and vegetation coming in, but it's very abstract. It's extremely thick paint. It was mostly done with paint knives, and it's probably going to be hard to see, but like down here where I'm touching right now is really, really thick. So if you, the trees, you might be able to see that it's thicker, a little easier. I'm not sure, but that's really thick, but it's the same down here. So I don't know really what shows up with the camera or not, but it's a whole lot of fun. Her dress is really, really thick. And the colors don't come across in the camera as well. So if you were here in person, there's these really intense pinks and blues in her dress that are semi-transparent. So it's like 4 or 5 different layers of paint here, so that the light actually comes in and it'll play around with it a little bit. So, which is something that's kind of it's a lot of fun to do. It's interesting because when someone sees a digital photo of it, or if they see it on a webcam, it doesn't look the same as it does in real life. Like if you're here in person, because as you move around a little bit, the light shifts and changes, and it just looks different. So anyway, that's what I'm working on.
Well, Rashonda said, I really enjoyed the amazing workshop. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Brooke says, my students need to see him. Speaking of you.
No.
And Travel Dreamer 46 is with us. Says, hi, John. The parasol is beautiful.
Thank you.
And Owen says, very nice. Yeah, it was a whole discussion last show whether or not that was an umbrella or a parasol. Okay, so while you're painting, I'm going to show some photo really quick. I won't make this some sort of weird vacation like slideshow, but I'll show you guys kind of what the gallery looked like and what we did this last few days. So let me share my screen.
I think I've sure Chip come in here.
She did.
Chippy.
Okay. Here, let me go over to this because yours is it's taking over.
Mm-hmm. Taking over. I'm gonna fluorescent paint in this bottle that I've pre-mixed, but I gotta shake it really well because the medium that I mixed in with it will sink to the bottom and it won't act weird.
Hey, how do you take off your easel camera?
Or
can you do that because it's messing with mine? Okay, cool.
If you go on the bottom, it'll say remove, and then you click on it.
Thank you.
I've got a screen reader on my thing that'll read everything to me, but if I put the mouse on the right spot.
Okay, so basically this is a one angle of the gallery show. So you'll notice on the left there's the braille dots that John and I were talking about last show, and in the distance in the middle is the braille dots that have the paint dripping, and then all along that wall is a bunch of paintings, and then actually on the behind the braille dots, those are pillars, and there's paintings all there on either side, on both sides.
Oh, hey, can you see the floor in this?
Yes, this is what I wanted to talk. Well, you can talk about it if you want, but
no, go ahead. I've already said like a million words.
So this is this is cool because they lay down rope and then they put tape over it so that when you're going through with a cane, it kind of guides you along the walls. So, and at this angle, there actually is a whole nother space to the gallery, kind of like behind this angle to the left. And there were 2 other artists in that space. And these white lines that were just kind of this thin rope going across the floor would walk people through the whole gallery. And the idea is everything is really touchable, or you scan the QR code next to the piece and it describes it. So that was pretty cool. Let me go. Okay. I'm just going through the comments really fast. Okay. All right. So to give you an idea of what John was talking about with these being super textured, I took a picture at an angle, and you can kind of see here, like where there is no texture, like that butterfly right there. There's no texture, but her hair is full of texture. So what these were these were limited edition prints that we specifically went in and added texture to, so that when somebody felt them and listened to the QR code, it would put an image in their mind. So this is kind of the best way I could get the light to hit it so that you guys could kind of see the texture on the images.
Yeah, and a lot of it, even though there's that thick texture, like around the eyes and different places, there's a really thin texture, so you can still feel the shape of it.
Yeah. So for example, there's a painting that has like trees. It's like the third painting in, and there's a horse down in the bottom part of it, and it's got this thin line of texture along the horse. So you could kind of, if you were visually impaired and you were feeling it, you could, and listen to the description, you could say, oh, okay, that's the horse and all of this. And the colors basically were mimicked the originals.
And one thing that's cool too, like everything there is for sale, all of it's for sale, but since it's a limited edition print, I can also make more of them, but they're made here in the studio. So they're it started with the print on this, but then we texture it, which is kind of cool. That's always been a problem in the past where someone will say, oh, I want to buy this painting, but having the texture is super nice. But if you're buying it and you have someone in your family that's visually impaired and you want them to feel it, a lot of times the original isn't necessarily textured where you can understand it, but these are made for that. They're made to be understood through touch.
Yeah. So, I'm
so glad that we can do this now.
Yeah.
It's always fun too.
Okay, so if I scroll down a little bit, this is a picture of the team. This and Lily's in this picture with the woman you were talking about that's going to art school. That was so cool. So this was the Envision team. There's more people that were involved, but this is the point where we were leaving and just grabbed a quick photo of everybody. So that was awesome.
Really?
But that was cool, and that's Lily. She's in this picture, the woman you were talking about that's going to school. So it's for art, which is really cool. So we also did a workshop while we were there. And just to give you guys an idea, I don't know how in depth I want to. Oh, wait. Before I go into that, this photo right here is of Gretchen showing you her artwork.
Oh man, Gretchen is cool, man. She's another visually impaired artist, and she started painting in 2019. She's amazing, and it's incredible how far her artwork has come in just the few
for like
years.
2 years. Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and she's done some really cool artwork. And there was one where she actually her vision, she isn't completely blind. She has a thing where like all these little sparkles and things kind of come through. So she's
it's like she's looking at a night sky and light is coming through like stars.
Yeah. And she actually did a painting like that where she showed what her eyesight looks like. And so really, she was so nice. And this was her first show, her first like art show in a gallery. And she was so excited, but her talent was just amazing.
Yeah.
It was such a nice person.
Her pastel work was phenomenal. She'd already been winning awards and stuff, so that's awesome. So while there, we did a workshop, and I just want to share a couple of images of paintings from the workshop from the people that did. So we do multisensory workshops where, and just to give you guys kind of a super fast rundown, we have boxes where the people feel in the boxes. They don't know the object, but they feel it, and then they draw it on these foam pads that leave an indentation. And then they listen to music, and the music inspires the background. And then we take scents and smell things, and that inspires coloring either the object or the background. And then we eat jelly beans, and the flavors inspire coloring, like painting the object or the background, whichever you feel inspired to do. So in this box, it's cool because you knew what people had in their box when they started to do art. So even though they hadn't seen it. So this actually was Lily's, and she had the paintbrush. There was a paintbrush in one of the boxes. That was really cool. And she's got all these squiggly paintbrushes all around it. So that was kind of neat. And then another box had a duck in it. So this person did a duck and did this wild background that I totally dig.
Cool.
And then this is just some shots of like us doing the blindfold painting. Eventually, like at the end of the workshop, we kind of pull it all together and show people exactly how John's process with like the raised lines that he draws, and then the paints feel different, and you can literally paint without eyesight, just on these raised line drawings, which is super cool.
Yeah, and this is something we're starting to do where we've done these workshops with museums all over the country. It's the same workshop that we've done like at the Met and the Dallas Museum of Art and just dozens of places. But we're doing them in some galleries and stuff and trying to bring that in. And I don't know, just to make it,
Yeah.
We've done it communities all over the place.
And then this last picture is actually of Tomio. And she's doing her foam drawing and she was super uninhibited. She was just like, she did what she wanted to do, and that was awesome.
Yeah. This is the lady that I was saying earlier that she was like in her what's
kimono.
Yeah, thank you, kimono.
And she was origami sheet.
Yeah, and the night before at the art opening, she actually wore her full kimono.
Yeah,
and everything, like full makeup and boopity boop.
So that was a quick snapshot into what we did the last weekend, installing the gallery show and doing a workshop. It was a blast. So next time we have a workshop, you guys will have to come out for it.
Ooh, yeah, we're actually doing it soon.
Yeah, if you're in the Lewisville area in October, we're doing multiple workshops at the gallery in Lewisville. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and that show is going to be massive.
Yeah. So
and it's funny because the two shows are so different. The one in Wichita is the first time I ever did a full tactile show. And so that was a ton of work and crazy. And then the one we're having at Lewisville that we install in a couple of weeks is completely different. I've never done like a show showing, all the way from the beginning to now, and then having, some new work there as well. So it's two different things, but it's so much fun.
Well, my mom said, love doing the jelly bean project at the Meadows. Fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And then Brooke says, at my old high school, you did it, and it was phenomenal because you affected the kids so much.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully sweet. In a positive way.
Right. Travel Dreamer says, this is so valuable. It brings art to everyone. Yeah, it's a fun experience because no matter what is your strong or weak sense, you're taking it in and experiencing it and creating it with all of them. So it's a blast.
Yeah, it was really cool. PBS came out to cover the workshop, which is really cool. And it's so nice that they're trying to spread the word like that. And then and the media in Wichita was really, really sweet.
Yeah, they were on it.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was really nice that.
I'm sure it helped that Holly was all about like working her PR magic.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to work PR.
I know, right? I was trying to pick her brain while we were there. I'm like, so social media, what do you do?
Yeah, like, oh.
But Karen's with us. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but says that would be so cool. My daughter and her friends would love that. Oh, it's super fun. It's something you can do at home too. It's so easy. Brooke says, I love you both, and you're both amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm happy I'm friends with you. Oh, and Vision Arts Gallery has joined us and says, we were elated to have you at our gallery.
Oh my goodness.
That's so cool. Thanks for tuning in and saying something. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I can, and it's just the beginning. It's funny because it seems like we did the opening and it was so much going on, but it's just the beginning. The show's going to be up all through this month and all through October. And then we're actually going back into November, and who knows what will ensue then.
It'll be crazy. Well, Fred's with us, says, hey guys, I made it. Hey, just in time for trivia. I see how this works. Barbara says, that's so fascinating. I love being lit upism. I don't know. I've only had like half a glass of wine, people. John, you always make me feel like anything is possible.
Oh,
and Fred says your braille dots turned out awesome.
Oh man,
thank you. I think they did as well. And Vision says, thank you so much for sharing your art and talent with us. And until November is when the show is up till November 4th.
Man,
So, and Amy says, where's the gallery in Lewisville? It is right in Main Street, like right in downtown. And we're actually going to be there for the Western Days. Like we'll be in the gallery while Western Days is happening, and then various other times. So
we'll actually be there. It opens a little bit before that, but the official opening, like the art, will be there a little before the official opening.
Yeah.
And but we'll post all that, and it's in the cool part of Lewisville. It's in the old downtown area.
Yeah.
Just like in Wichita, the Envision Arts Gallery is in the coolest part of Wichita.
Yeah, that's a cool spot. There's lots of like places you can just hop around to.
Yeah, so like if you're in Wichita, you've got to check out that gallery. But also, there's so many different places. Like you can go get a bite to eat, get a drink, you can do whatever. You can go check out some really cool.
They have like that gallery gallery alley.
Oh yeah,
that was super cool. We stumbled on that. That was really cool.
Yeah, and then in Lewisville, it's in the old part of town too. So that's get something to eat. Yeah, it's fun. I don't know.
Well, okay.
Apparently, I like to eat. Maybe it's because I'm on a diet. Maybe that's what I keep thinking about. You can see some art, get something to eat.
Well, Randy said hijinks will surely ensue, and Brooke said everyone should buy John's book. Amy said nice. I'm gonna go check it out, and Fred says hijinks indeed. And Barbara said I was editing Love Being Lit Up by Your Enthusiasm, and I accidentally hit send instead. Okay, thank you. See, I've only had half a glass.
You know what we need to do?
Trivia.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, people, we're gonna do some trivia.
Some art will be given away,
and we will give away art this time. So I do know the answers. There's no fooling me. There's no fooling me. The question is, does John?
Yeah. Well, we probably all know the answer to that.
Okay, so how it works, people, is you'll see the question, you'll see the A, B, C, or D possibilities, and if you think you know the answer, or if you want to guess, just throw it in there, and if you guess the right letter, I will write your name down. It will go in a hat, and when we do all 5 or 6 questions, I forget how many there are, John will pull a name out of the hat, and you will get a free medium print that we will send to you.
Yeah, and it's whatever you want. Anything that we
any painting that's on the website. So here we go. Are you ready?
You can keep it. You can give it to a friend. You can burn it. You can do whatever you want with it. Is this like general trivia? Like
no.
What is this?
No, it's history.
History. Okay.
History.
Well, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Well, gosh, I'm
some of these might be a little difficult, but gotta be tested every once in a while. All right. Okay. Which king signed the Magna Carta?
Oh my goodness.
I love this question.
Do you? Why?
I geeked out this year on civics with Jack. And this is the very beginning. This is the seed being planted for democracy.
Well, I'm going to say King Carter. Final answer.
King Carter.
King Carter.
Okay. A. William, B. John, C. Henry the Ninth, or D. James.
Okay. I know it's not Henry the Ninth.
Okay.
King James. Oh gosh. He was big with the Bible. But did he do? When was that? Oh my gosh. That was William. There's so many Williams. I'm kind of thinking James.
Really?
What are people saying?
It's a little all over the place.
You're writing over there like crazy.
It's a little all over the place.
I hear writing. That means somebody's getting the answer right, guys. Somebody's name's going in the hat right now.
Right now. Okay.
Gosh, I don't know, because Magna Carta, that was a long time. Let's see, there's William the Conqueror. Henry the Ninth, that's silly.
Did that guy even exist? It's going to be a cool story.
Not yet, I don't think.
Okay, John. Are you ready for the answer?
I guess.
I'm
going to go with James, but I'm not happy with that answer yet. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, the answer is B. King John.
King John, really?
Signed the Magna Carta in 1215. The document guarantees English citizens certain rights that the king's government had been usurping.
Man.
Okay. When this is so geeky, but when Jack and I were going over civics and democracy and all that, it's so exciting. there was like certain points in history, and this was the first one where it was like the people were like, we're not taking it anymore. We're not doing this anymore. This was it. Anyway, moving on. I'll geek out on this stuff. Okay.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like King John anymore.
Okay, you know this one. Okay.
Okay, well, good. A lot of times you say that and I don't, and then I just feel like I should have studied harder. I should have studied before the quiz.
Whose death sparked World War I?
Oh, I know that one.
See, I told you. I think we literally had this conversation the other day. Okay.
Wow, we have boring conversations, so we, darling. By the way,
that's fascinating.
Do you remember that incident in Sarajevo a century ago?
Well, do I need to read the names to you, or do you want to just say it, or do you want to give it a second for the people to put their 2 cents in before you give away the answer?
Well, I know that it happened in Sarajevo.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're going to get it right.
And it was an Austrian.
Okay, you know the answer clearly.
Well, I have to make up for that first one with King John. I mean, his name is John.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty obscure question.
Well, my name's John. I should know all the Johns. Like all the Johns should know other John.
It's like the most common name. You're gonna
I
know
think it
what
might
every
be because
famous
my real
John
name
did.
is Jonathan. So I'm not a true John. I'm just a nickname.
Okay.
If it had been about King Jonathan, I would have got it for sure.
Okay, well the options are
it's Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Yes, the answer is D, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The other options were A, Kaiser Wilhelm, B, Archbishop Usher, or Queen Victoria.
That's awesome. He just danced his way across into the World War I.
So for anybody out there that's like a history geek or a royal, there's a podcast called Royal Blood that she did this weeks ago. She did this really great podcast on Franz Ferdinand, and
really,
it's really good. And because it's it's the obscure stories that you don't typically hear about the royals or in like history class.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
I've heard you talk about that podcast before.
I listen to it every Tuesday night, like when I'm laying in bed. It's a Tuesday thing. Anyway, next question. Okay, you might know this.
Oh.
Which one of his 6 wives is England's King Henry VIII buried alongside?
Oh. Gosh. Okay. Oh man. Okay, I'm trying to think of them. I can think of a couple names.
Okay, there's Anne Boleyn, B, Anne of Cleves, C, Catherine Parr, or D, Jane Seymour.
Oh man, who did he get buried with though? I'm pretty sure Jane Seymour was the medicine woman. Dr. Quinn.
The actress. Clearly it's not her. She wasn't even alive then.
She's a vampire. She's been around forever. Must take vitamins. I don't know. I want to say it's either Anne Boleyn or Jane Seymour. Oh my goodness. So it's probably not either of those. I should probably rule those out. But I'm gonna go with Jane Seymour. But I don't think I don't think I'm right on this one though.
Okay.
I'm not feeling good about it.
You're not feeling good about it.
Anne of who now?
Anne Boleyn, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Parr, or Jane Seymour.
Anne of Cleves.
Okay. So, okay, I will say, I think literally 2 people got this right on the thing out there. So a lot of people.
Oh, so it's probably a weird name.
Well,
so maybe it's Catherine Parr.
Well,
no, but I'm gonna go with Jane Seymour.
Okay, good, because Jane Seymour is the answer.
Ooh, hey, I mean, I obviously.
Right.
I knew that.
A lot of people guessed Anne Boleyn, but that was his first wife. I think, if I remember correctly. Jane Seymour was his 3rd wife, and they are buried at Windsor Castle near London together.
Dang, I kind of feel bad for the wife 4, 5, and 6 if she was his 3rd.
Well, I mean, feel bad for them all because he had them killed.
Because during the other marriages, like, yeah, you're all right. You're no Jane though.
You're no Jane. Can you imagine? He was probably a jerk.
Jane wouldn't call me. Jane would have handed me another turkey leg.
All right.
Off with your head.
Okay, next question. How many republics made up the former Soviet Union?
Oh, that's a good question.
Jack would know this.
Would he?
Yes, he's a geek about that stuff.
Can I call him? Can I phone a
It's
friend?
geography and Russia. He's obsessed.
Mm.
A15, B12, C20, or D10?
Oh my goodness. The Dirty Dozen, maybe? The Royal 15? A D20?
Some people know their geography.
Gosh, I'm just, it's a total guess for me. I'm thinking between 12 and 15. 15. I'll go with 15. Although I kind of hope it's a Dirty Dozen.
What?
I kind of hope it's the Dirty Dozen.
Okay. Okay.
What is it?
Are you ready for the answer?
I'm ready.
It is 15.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
I guess that one.
The Soviet Union at its end was made up of 15 republics. The largest and most powerful was the Russian Soviet Federated Socialist Republic, now Russia.
Bum, bum, bum.
Alex said, I'm never winning a print with you guys. I'm going to have to buy one. Even Randy's like, damn it. Yeah, these are a bit hard, but, I was switching it up a little bit.
I'm surprised. I'm going to jinx myself right now. I've only gotten one wrong. And because I said that.
Oh, you might know this one. Oh. You're a geek about this sort of stuff. Okay, which of these people was a spy in World War I?
Oh, okay.
Okay. A, James Bond.
Oh.
B, Mata Hari. C, Benedict Arnold. Or D, Serge Plankhanov. Plankhanov? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I'm going to say B, Mata Hari.
Mata Hari, you say, huh? Okay.
Mata Hari.
What makes you say that?
Because I think that's the right answer. but
Okay, all right.
Benedict Arnold. I know. He was like.
It's not James Bond?
There was a real James Bond, maybe. But his name wasn't Bond.
His name wasn't Bond?
No, I can't remember. There's actually. There was Ian Fleming knew this one guy, and gosh, I can't think of his name, but I want to say he might have been from Latin America, or oh my goodness, I can't even think. But he was if he hadn't been the inspiration for, he was friends with Ian Fleming too. But if he hadn't been, if he wasn't the inspiration for James Bond, he should have been, because he was basically James Bond.
Yeah,
like this rich socialite guy that did all this crazy stuff, and he kept marrying like the richest women in the world. Like he married the richest one in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then he married like the second richest woman in the world. Then I want to say he married the third richest woman in the world.
Did he like?
And he did spy stuff.
Get money out of them, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Like, and most of the time he married him for like a month or two or something, and then got like, I don't know.
Wow.
It's all crazy.
Fred said Serge sounds like trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the answer is B, Mata Hari.
Yes.
How do you say that name again?
Mata Hari.
Mata Hari.
I think. I mean, that's how I say it, but I'm from
Texas,
so I'm all Van Gogh, but I know it's Van Gogh.
Yeah.
But that makes me feel pretentious. So even though I know it's probably Van Gogh, I say Van Gogh.
Well,
because
it's like Michelangelo. It's actually Michelangelo, but nobody says that.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I know. Okay, next question.
Michelangelo.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Ooh. And you should know this because you're a nerd in this department.
Oh, this could be bad.
Which of these ships was sunk by a German submarine? A, Arizona. B, Lusitania. C, Titanic. Or D, Andrea Doria?
Well, I think the Andrea Doria was sunk by a rogue wave, maybe, or
really?
something like that. I don't know. It went over and it couldn't right itself. Titanic was an iceberg. Arizona, wasn't that in? Gosh, that was World War II. But I think, but wasn't it was it Pearl Harbor? And the Lusitania was sunk by a submarine, I believe.
Okay. We got a lot of smart people today.
I think the Arizona was at Pearl Harbor, but I'm not 100% on that.
So what's your final answer?
Lusitania.
Lusitania.
But only when you say it like that.
All right.
Otherwise, nyeh.
All right. Well, the answer is, in fact, Lusitania.
Ooh.
Way to go, crowd. A lot of people got that right.
All right, man. Yeah, it was quite the thing at the time. You know, it was like, what?
All right. Oh, and Travel Dreamer said Arizona was sunk at Pearl Harbor.
Oh, thank you. Gosh, thank you. That's good to know.
Okay. That was the last question. We can now pull a hat.
I feel pretty happy about that. I got one wrong, but I guessed a lot, so I just guessed right. Better to be lucky than smart, I guess. I don't know.
Nice. Okay. Did you paint it all?
I did, but then it got distracted, tense and I had to stop because I can only do one thing at a time because I might. I had to really focus on the questions.
All right. Well, tell us about your painting while I put these in the hat.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take a second.
I gotta get my Bluetooth. It's not listening. Oh, it's listening. Okay. Boop. Okay. There we go. Haha. So really, all I'm doing is I was adding a little bit of tint and I was adding a bit of the fluorescent pink. And I love fluorescent pink. That's a nice little magic weapon you can have because it interacts so well with golden yellows and oranges, reds, purples. It's a nice color to go in as a tint, and to add like a little bit of depth and shadow. At least that's what I use it for. Like I have certain colors that I just use a lot, and that's one that I really like. That I know if I go in, it's going to play well with a bunch of other colors. So sometimes I'll use it as a bit of a wash. Just to add a little bit of depth of color to the paintings because I don't know, I like to paint in lots and lots of layers. So instead of like, there's so many different ways to paint, so many different ways to create stuff. Like, like I love Bob Ross, but Alla Prima, like that, painting with one stroke sort of thing, or where you're going in and you do it in 30 minutes and it's wet on wet sort of a technique is brilliant. But that's just one technique, and there's so many others. So a lot of times somebody will see somebody like Bob Ross that's doing this wet on wet technique that he's really good at, and that fits his style perfectly. But you can't do it. And you think like, well, I guess art's not for me. But there's so many other ways to paint. There's so many other ways to do it. And that's one of the great things about art is that art's just about what you can do. It's not about what you can't, so you figure out what works for you. For me, it's painting lots and lots of layers, and pink is my jam. And I don't hear papers rustling over there,
yes,
so I'm thinking maybe.
Travel Dreamer said when 2 sons died on the Arizona, they changed the rules about family being on the same ship.
Oh, is that where that happened?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Goodness. Wow.
Factoids. Love it.
And then flash forward to Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You have to.
Barbara says, I'm using a picture of you painting as my Facebook banner pic. Oh, that's cool.
Can you say that again?
Barbara's using a picture of you painting as her Facebook cover. It's like when when you were doing the mural in Bishop Arts, she took it from underneath. I saw it. It looks cool.
Oh man, Barbara is an amazing photographer. She's thanks so much for using that, man. And I mean, well, it's your art because you took the picture, but I'm glad to be involved in even in a small way.
Well, and Christy said Fred commented earlier on not getting any right because he's usually our go-to for the right answer. Mm-hmm. And she said, Fred, you usually get most of them right. You just had an off night. I'm usually guessing it or bugging my husband unless it's an oddball fact about animals. Yeah, it's not when we do music trivia, it's all Fred. And when we do like book trivia, it's all Randy. I mean, it's like people have their strengths. Okay, are you ready to pick a name?
If it's guessing, apparently I'm guessing. I'm ready. Yeah, and this painting has been a ton of fun to do. A lot of what I do is commissions. This is one of the few that I just did Yeah, I mean, here lately, I mean, I always do paintings that I love, but the commissions are ones I love. But this is just one that I just wanted to paint. Um, so if it doesn't sell before the Lewisville show, it might actually be in the Lewisville show.
Maybe they'll probably go arts and jazz.
Oh, it might be an arts and jazz. Unless it's, unless somebody falls in love with it and gets it for there's so many smart people in here. Gosh, in here, I'm like everybody's a see. Look, there's a one stuck to my finger, so I guess I'm gonna pick this one. I can't get it off. It's post-it notes, so they're a little tacky. Sure.
That way. Well, there you go, Millie.
Millie, congratulations! You have won. Jackie, can you tell Millie what she has won?
All right, thanks for playing, Millie. I noticed you were getting them right, left and right. That was awesome. A free medium print of your choice. Just go on bramlett.com and pick one that you dig. Instant message us or DM John or whatever right after this, and I'll get it out in the mail to you and send your address. So that's pretty much that's how this works.
Thanks so much for playing, guys. That was so much fun.
So yeah.
There's a lot of right answers in there. That's ridiculous.
Sunset do you have an Instagram channel or page? Yes, everything's Bramblett. It's like at Bramblett for everything.
Yeah.
So
and please, I need followers. I need
I'm so desperate.
I need
share
people to
me
like
with
me.
your friends.
Please. Everybody call everybody you know and tell them to follow.
I know we need to do some sort of like massive giveaway or big contest or something, because you're nothing if you ain't got followers.
I know. It's funny because I never really cared about social media that much, and then Instagram maybe the last couple of years, like I've had the channels for a long time.
Yeah,
I just use them in Twitter. I'm never on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the things I'm starting to realize is that being able to get more and more numbers, which I've never really worked about and I've never really cared, but it does kind of help you whenever you're working with nonprofits and charities and you're trying to get the word out about, actual stuff that matters and stuff. So I don't know. So it's making me think that maybe I ought to try to figure out how to do that.
And we just like to feel important.
Yes, there's that. Yes. So you can wake up in the morning, you can check
your numbers.
I've got another follower.
Have?
Thank you.
My precious.
You know what sucks is whenever you post a lot and then it goes down. Anything like, man,
it's ridiculous.
Maybe I should shut up, and not say so much, and then the numbers might actually go back up.
I honestly and somebody out there might be an expert, but it feels like a complete crapshoot. Like you post to the algorithms and the numbers go down, and then you post on a whim and the numbers shoot up. It's like it makes no sense.
Yeah, and then your son dresses up in a Halloween costume and he gets more likes than you get.
I know.
Like 4 months all added together.
It's ridiculous.
What the heck?
Travel Dreamer said, do a giveaway with people that tag 2 of their friends and follow you.
Ooh, can you do that?
We'll figure it out.
I know so little.
I know.
It's scary.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in. Trivia is always fun. We will do it again next week. And share our wacky adventures, continue to do so, but like, share, subscribe.
Yeah,
we need all the social media friends we can get.
Yes, and we have to go. Jackie came home yesterday with ribs.
Okay.
Yeah. I put them on the grill. They're smoking right now, and I love you guys, but it's like when Jackie brought them home, I had to give her a special hug, and just
They didn't have turkey, so
I know that you're a beautiful woman on the outside, but inside she's an angel. That was proof. So I love you guys, but there are ribs out there. We got to go.
Yeah. Well, and Fred said you just click on everything and trigger those algorithms. It's dumb. Small crowds are better. I agree. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah.
Patreon patrons, you guys are the best. And just tune in next Tuesday and follow along on the socials for our events.
You're right. Yeah, you're so right about the small crowds. That's why this is fun, because we're just chatting, having fun.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to end the show, which means I'll be back in like 12 seconds because I still don't know how to end anything.
Bye-bye.
See you in a little bit. But I do want to say thanks so much to our people, our
Patreons
on Patreon. Our patrons on Patreon, our Patreons on Patreon. And yeah, and I feel bad because we don't post as much as we should. But I'm trying to figure that out.
We posted a cool video this week about the gallery alley.
Yeah, and I want to do some more because I know like we have some stuff coming up, so I want to post a lot of that. And one of it is I want to post it to Patreon whenever I'm going on a solo trip to Boston. It's just me and Eagle, and we're going to Boston, not Boston. Well, we are going to Boston. We're going to Washington D.C. to do a live painting at the Kennedy Center. It's just going to be me and Eagle. So, will we make it? Will we not? I don't know what's going to happen. Will I end up, somewhere? I don't know. But I'm gonna be posting that to Patreon.
There you go.
But thanks, guys. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye.